The cycle brand is proud of the 5,000-year-old heritage of our nation and has centered the company's mission and vision around the same. The Cycle Heritage Quiz is an endeavor educating the future of India on our glorious past, our incredible architecture, our diverse culture, the great works of our literary legends and artists, the courage of our warriors and freedom fighters, the rich contributions of our scientists, and many more aspects which make us a truly great nation. We now have the much-awaited Bangalore Cluster Final. Let us meet our 6 participants. So we have Utsav from St. Paul's English School. And Utsav, let me ask you, is this your first time taking part in the Cycle Heritage Quiz?
Yes, it is my first time.
And how was your experience attempting the preliminary rounds?
The preliminary was kind of tough, but it took time, so it was good.
Okay, great. All the best, Utsav. We hope you do really well. On participant number 2, we have from the Sri Kumaran's Children's Home, we have Anya Rodriguez. Anya, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
And Anya, let me ask you, what is your favorite historical place in Bangalore?
Maybe Town Hall?
Town Hall, okay, that's nice. And all the best to you, Anya. Hope you do really well. Next, we have from the Presidency School, Bangalore North, we have Avinash Ashok. Avinash, welcome.
Yes, sir.
And Avinash, how was your experience attending the preliminaries? I think this was your second time playing the Cycle Heritage Quiz.
I was here last time too, so this time it was better because I knew how the questions were supposed to be and how to attempt them, so it was comparatively easier this year.
Comparatively easier. Okay, let's see whether you find the Cluster Final comparatively easier or tougher. All the best to you, Avinash.
Thank you, sir.
Next, we have from the Presidency School, Aarti Nagar, our youngest participant today. She's a class 7 student, Jyotsna Vadivel. Welcome, Jyotsna.
Thank you.
And Jyotsna, are you feeling confident being the youngest participant or feeling nervous?
A little bit of both, sir.
Little bit of both. Okay. All the best to you, Jyotsna. Relax and play. At participant number 5, we have from the DPS East, Bangalore, we have Arudra Raghunathan. And Arudra, have you taken part in Cycle Heritage Quiz before?
No, sir. I've done Grey Caps quizzes, but not Cycle Heritage before.
Okay, okay. And is heritage one of your favorite subjects?
Yes, sir. I am very interested in knowing more about heritage and culture of our country.
Okay, fantastic. And hope you do really well today, Arudra.
Thank you.
All
sir.
the very best. Next, we have from the National Public School, Rajaji Nagar. She's a class 10 student and she was with us last year as well at the Bangalore Cluster Final. Maitri Muralidhar, Maitri, this is your second time here. So, and I think you came second in the Bangalore Cluster Final last time. Are you confident of going one better?
I hope so. I mean, now I'm more familiar with the rules and how it goes. So yeah, let's see.
Okay, let's see whether the familiar ones win today or whether the newbies emerge on top. We're all set with the Bangalore Cluster Final. Now it's time for the first round, Lakshya Bheda. Let's take a look at the rules. So 1 question per participant. This round does not pass. Each question has 4 options. Each participant gets 3 attempts plus 15 for getting the answer in the first attempt, plus 10 for getting the answer in the second attempt, and plus 5 for getting the answer in the third attempt. We will start with our first participant, that is Utsav. Utsav, your question.
Okay.
Which of these famous structures stands in an area that was previously owned by Reverend J. Garrett, the first principal of the Central High School in Bangalore, now famous as Central College? Is it Bangalore Fort? Is it Bangalore Palace? Is it Tipu Sultan's Summer Palace? Or is it Kempe Gowda Airport? This is for Utsav.
I would go with option B, the Bangalore Palace.
Okay, let's look at option B, Bangalore Palace. Great start, Utsav. Fantastic answer. 15 points to you. Congratulations. Moving on to our second participant, and that is Anya. Anya, your question coming up now. Which Maharaja inaugurated the Sri Kantirava Outdoor Stadium in 1946? Is it A, Shrikanta Datta Wadiyar, B, Krishna Raja Wadiyar IV, C, Yaduvir Wadiyar, or is it D, Jaya Chamaraja Wadiyar?
I'm going to go with option A, Sri Kantadatta Wadiyar.
Okay, let's look at option A, Shrikanta Datta Wadiyar. Sorry, that's the wrong answer. You have another attempt.
Okay, C, Yaduvir Wadiyar.
Okay, let's look at C, Yaduvir Wadiyar. Sorry, that's also the wrong answer. You have one more attempt to go for 5 points.
Jai Chamaraja Wadiyar.
All right, let's look at D, Jaya Chamaraja Wadiyar. That's the correct answer, Anya. Well done. You have got yourself on the scoreboard. You're on 5 points. I'm sure you'll score many more points in the upcoming rounds. Our next participant is Avinash Ashok. Avinash, your question is going to come up on screen very soon. Here is your question. The legendary film personality Shankar Nag is known for directing which of these famous TV series? Is it A, Malgudi Days? Is it B, Bunyad? Is it C, Bharat Ek Khoj? Or is it D, Fauji?
I go with option A, Malgudi Days.
Okay, Shankar Nag directed Malgudi Days, says Avinash. Let's look at that answer. Absolutely correct. Fantastic answer. Of course, Malgudi Days was a legendary show, which a lot of us watched during our childhood. Because it's probably before your time, but that's definitely a show worth seeing. Well done, Avinash. You get 15 points. Perfect score. Our next participant is Jyotsna, our youngest contestant today. Jyotsna, your question is about to come on screen. Which of these iconic restaurants was founded by Venkatarama Urai to serve students who originally hailed from outside the city and who were attending Acharya Patashala Public School and National College? Is it A, Saravana Bhavan? Is it B, Brahmin's Coffee Bar? Is it C, Vidyarthi Bhavan? Or is it D, MTR?
I'll go with option C, Vidyarthi Bhavan.
Okay, option C, Vidyarthi Bhavan, says Jyotsna. Let's look at that answer. Absolutely correct. Well done, Jyotsna. That was a great crack. And the clue, of course, was serving students. And from students, you get Vidyarthi. Fantastic answer, Jyotsna. You have got 15 points. Our next contestant is Arudra Raghunathan. Arudra, your question is about to come on screen very, very soon. Question number 5 on screen now. The train that connects Bengaluru to Miraj city, a medical hub in southern Maharashtra, is named after which famous queen? Is it A, Rani Lakshmibai? Is it B, Razia Sultana? Is it C, Rani Abakka? Or is it D, Rani Chennamma? This is for Arudra.
D, Rani Chennamma.
Okay, Arudra, go for D, Rani Chennamma. Let's see whether that's right or wrong. Bang on. Fantastic, Arudra. Fantastic. Great answer. 15 points to you. So a lot of high scores in this first round. 4 people have notched up a perfect score. Let's see if Maitreyi can continue that trend. Question number 6 coming up for Maitreyi. Now, who among these built 4 towers, with one of them being in the location of Lal Bagh, to mark the outermost boundaries of Bengaluru? Is it A, Henry Irwin, B, Kempe Gowda, C, Krishna Raja Wadiyar IV, or D, Tipu Sultan?
It's B, Kempe Gowda.
Okay, confident answer from Maitreyi. Maitreyi says B, Kempe Gowda. Let's see if that's right. Absolutely correct. Well done. Kempe Gowda is indeed the right answer. And as expected, Bangalore is off to a great start. 5 students scoring 15 on 15. Let's see if things get tougher as we move towards our next round, that is Jigyasa. Let's take a look at the rules. 1 direct question per participant. passes clockwise, which means from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, plus 10 for every correct answer, direct or on pass. We'll once again start off with contestant number 1, that is Utsav. Utsav, your question coming up on screen now. The unveiling of this was done by Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on Republic Day in 1972. Placed in a shrine, the structure is on a cenotaph made of black marble. A rifle is placed on it with a soldier's helmet on it. What is being talked about? This is for Utsav.
I'd like to pass on. I don't remember the name.
Okay, Utsav passes and it moves to Anya.
I want to pass the question. I don't know the answer.
Passing on to Avinash.
With Amar Jyoti.
Amar Jyoti or Amar Jawan Jyoti, I'll give it to you, Avinash. Good answer, 10 points to you. And now I think you move into the lead. Now it's time for question number 2. And question number 2 is for Anya. Anya, your question coming up on screen now. He was president of the Indian Statistical Institute from 1945 to 1964. When he was both the president of the ISI and the Union Finance Minister parallelly, the National Sample Survey to be conducted by the ISI was instituted. It took place in 1951 and 52, and the Central Statistics Office was established. Identify this very famous gentleman, the first Indian to occupy an important post. So who is this famous Indian gentleman?
I'm not sure. I'll pass the question.
You pass the question. Okay, moving on to Avinash.
I will also pass.
Avinash also passes. Moving on to Jyotsna.
I think it's Manmohan Singh.
It is not Manmohan Singh, a bit before Manmohan Singh actually. Moving on to our 5th contestant, that is Arudra.
Raghuram Rajan.
Not Raghuram Rajan, again, much before Raghuram Rajan. Passing on to Maitrey.
I think it's like the first, like the head of RBI. I don't know the name.
Okay, try and guess on the name.
I'm sorry, I'm blank.
Okay, passing on to contestant number 1, that is Utsav.
No, I would like to pass the question. It's
Okay,
a tough
Utsav
one.
also passes. Maitrey was close, of course. He was the first Indian governor of the RBI. The name is, of course, C.D. Deshmukh. C.D. Deshmukh was Union Finance Minister, governor of RBI, president of the ISI, wore many hats, and that's indeed the correct answer. Very close, Maitrey, but of course, we can't give you any points. Our next question is a direct one for Avinash. Avinash, your question coming up on screen now. He was a famous sarod player from the Maihar Gharana, who would go on to receive the MacArthur Genius Grant and a National Endowment of the Arts Fellowship from the President of the United States. He came from a famous family that traced its Gharana from none other than Mia Tansen. One of his siblings was the legendary Surbahar exponent Annapurna Devi. So name this famous musician or sarod player. Absolute legend in the field of classical music in India, from a very
I
great
like to pass.
family. Passing. Okay, Avinash is passing. We'll move on to contestant number 4, that is Jyotsna. Jyotsna, any answers?
I'll pass this question.
Jyotsna also passes. Moving on to our 5th contestant, that is Arudra.
Is it Ustad Amjad Ali Khan?
Not Amjad Ali Khan. That was a good try. Moving on to Maitrey.
Is it Ravi Shankar?
Not Ravi Shankar. Actually, in a way, that's a very close answer, but it's not Ravi Shankar. Moving on to our first contestant, that is Utsav.
I would like to pass this question too.
Utsav passes. Okay, moving on to contestant number 2, that is Anya.
I would like to pass the question.
Okay, Anya also passes. The reason Ravi Shankar was a close answer was Ravi Shankar was actually married to Annapurna Devi, and of course was the brother-in-law of this musician. This is the son of the legendary Alauddin Khan, that is Ali Akbar Khan. When you think Sarod in India, you think of two names. One is, of course, Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, which one of you guessed, and the other is Ali Akbar Khan. So slightly tougher, maybe, but you have to know these things about Indian heritage for sure, because music is a big part of our culture. Now it's time for question number 4 for contestant number 4, and that is for Jyotsna. A hut at the Sabarmati Ashram is dedicated to this activist. He was the first recipient of the Raman Magsaysay Award for Community Leadership and was also awarded the Bharat Ratna posthumously. Among his other contributions was a Marathi translation of the Bhagavad Gita titled Gitai. Name this famous leader.
Is it Bal Gangadhar Tilak?
Not Bal Gangadhar Tilak. We'll move on to contestant number 5. That is Arudra.
Is it Acharya Vinoba Bhave?
Vinoba Bhave says Arudra, and Arudra gets 10 points. Well done. That's a good answer. This is indeed Acharya Vinoba Bhave. In fact, there is a kutir or a hut in Sabarmati Ashram named Vinoba Kutir. So absolutely correct, Arudra. 10 points to you. And now you have the chance to extend your lead or move into the sole lead right now with an answer on our 5th question, which is direct to you. Question number 5 coming up for Arudra now. Common belief that King Hima's 16-year-old son was predicted to die on the 4th day of his marriage due to snake bite. Knowing this, his wife did not let him sleep for the entire day and night. Also, she kept her gold jewelry around her husband's bed and brightened the room with lights and started singing. The prince remained unharmed. This is a legend associated with which festival? This is for Arudra.
I'm not sure. I'll pass it.
Okay, passing, moving on to our 6th contestant, that is Maitrey. Maitrey, any answers?
Is it Tej?
Not Teach. Passing on to contestant number 1, that is Utsav.
I would like to pass on the
Utsav
question.
passes. Okay. Moving on to Anya.
I'm gonna pass the question.
Anya also passes. Moving on to Avinash.
Is it related to Sankranti?
Not Sankranti. We will move on to our 4th contestant, that is Jyotsna.
Is it Diwali?
Not Diwali, that was close. Can't give you the points for Diwali. The answer is Dhanteras, where you are supposed to buy gold jewelry or jewelry of any kind as of course a sign of well-being or as a good omen. Absolutely, Dhanteras was a festival which is also known as Dhanvantari Trayodashi in some places, but this is how the tradition of jewelry or gold buying in Dhanteras started, and this is the legend associated with it. So I expected someone to get this because it's a pretty common story, but no problem. I'm sure you learned something here. Moving on to our last contestant, that is Maitrey. Maitrey, question number 6 of Jigyasa coming up for you right now. In Bhoja Prabandha, it has been mentioned that King Bhoja had undergone Sammohini for getting the tumor removed from the brain. What was Sammohini? And that is something that is used even today in medical practice.
Is it anesthesia?
He went through Sammohini for getting the tumor removed from the brain. Of course, he needed to be unconscious for such a big surgical procedure to happen. Of course, it is anesthesia. Good one, Maitrey. That's 10 points. Very well worked out. With that, we come to the end of round number 2. And now it's time to take a look at the scores. So after round number 2, it's proving to be a very close Bangalore final. Right now, Utsav is on 15 points. Anya is on 5. Jointly in the lead is Avinash with 25 points. Jyotsna is on 15. We have Arudra on 25 and Maitrey also on 25. So reminder, the top 2 from the Bangalore Cluster Final are going to qualify for our national quarterfinals. So again, 3 people tied for the lead, 2 spots up for grabs, 2 people just 10 points behind. And also, Anya, you still have a great chance. You're just 20 points behind. We'll now move on to our third round, which is called Trishanku. In Trishanku, you have 1 question per participant, and this does not pass. 3 clues leading to something or someone, plus 15 for getting it in the first attempt, plus 10 for getting it in the second attempt, plus 5 for getting it in the third attempt. This time we will start with contestant number 6, that is Maitri. Maitri, your question coming up on screen now. It is considered to be a combination of 5 forms of fine art: literature, which means sahityam, music, sangeetam, painting, chitram, acting, natyam, and dance, nitam.
Rasas, like
Not
expression.
rasas, that's a very nice try actually. Let's move on to clue number 2. This dance form has performances from classical texts such as Mahabharata, Ramayana, and Kudiyattam.
Mohiniyattam?
Not Mohiniyattam. Moving on to the last clue for you. The name of this dance form from Kerala literally means story play.
Kathakali.
Of course, it's Kathakali. If it's not Mohiniyattam, has to be Kathakali. Well done, Maitri. 5 points to you. And now we will move on to contestant number 5, that is Arudra. Arudra, your question coming up on screen now. He was the president of the BCCI from 1977 to 1980.
No idea.
Okay. Tough clue probably. Clue number 2 coming up. One of the founders of the Karnataka State Cricket Association, he served as secretary for more than 2 decades, starting from 1953.
Is it Vijay Merchant?
Not Vijay Merchant. Last clue for you. Easy one. The International Cricket Stadium
M.
at Bengaluru
Chinnaswamy.
is named after him.
M. Chinnaswamy.
Of course, it is M. Chinnaswamy. Well done. 5 points to you, Arudra. This round does get easy with the third clue. Most of you will get points in this round, I'm sure. Next one for Jyotsna. Jyotsna, your first clue coming up on screen now. Dr. Rajkumar played the role of this philosopher and saint in the 1960 Kannada film.
Is it Chanakya?
Not Chanakya. Moving on to clue number 2. He's also known as Thimappa Nayaka.
Can we have the next clue?
Last clue coming up for Jyotsna. He is known for his contribution to Carnatic music. His early work includes poems titled Narasimha Stotra, Ramadhyana Mantra, and Mohana Tarangini.
Is it Tyagaraja?
Not Tyagaraja. This is the famous philosopher, poet, musician from Karnataka. That is Kanakadasa. Kanakadasa was what I was looking for. Famous movie Bhatta Kanakadasa starring Dr. Rajkumar in 1960. Sorry, Jyotsna, no points for you this time. Moving on to our next contestant, that is Avinash. Avinash, your first clue is going to come up right now. He was the founder leader of the Swaraj Party in Bengal under the British Raj.
Rabindranath Tagore.
Not Rabindranath Tagore. Next clue. An eminent lawyer, he helped Bipin Chandra Pal and Aurobindo Ghosh publish the Bande Mataram, an English weekly, for propagating the ideals of Swaraj.
Motilal Nehru.
Not Motilal Nehru. Your last clue. He's generally referred to as Desh Bandhu.
Not able to remember the name.
Okay, I think this should have been a giveaway. Desh Bandhu Chittaranjan Das is what I was looking for. Famous freedom fighter and lawyer. It's probably a bad miss, Avinash. Let's hope it does not cost you. We'll move on to the 5th question, and this is for contestant number 2, Anya. Anya, let's see if you can get back into the contest. Anya, your question coming up now. First clue. Originally, the paintings depicted an assembly of symbolic images of the lotus plant, the bamboo grove, fishes, birds, and snakes in union. These images represented fertility and proliferation of life. Certain style of painting is what I want.
Can I have the next clue?
Next clue coming up. This painting style was unknown to the outside world until the massive Bihar earthquake of 1934. House walls had tumbled down and the British colonial officer William J. Archer, inspecting the damage, discovered the paintings on the newly exposed interior walls of homes.
Can I have the third clue?
Third clue coming up. It is also known as Mithila painting. This should give you the answer.
I'm not able to recall the name for some reason.
Any
Can't-
attempts? There's no negatives.
I'm able to picture the art, but
Okay.
it starts with C. I forgot the
No, it
name.
doesn't start with C. I'll put you out of your misery. Just like Mithila. It's from Bihar. It's Madhubani painting.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
It's Madhubani painting. Sometimes the answers just don't come to you. They're on your tip of your tongue, but somehow it just doesn't come out. Sorry, Anya, no points for you. We'll move on to the next question, and that is going to be for Utsav. Utsav, your first clue coming up now. Spread over 11 days, this festival is held at the Dharmaraya Swami Temple in Bengaluru.
I would like to go to the second clue.
Second clue coming up. The
Sorry.
festival's highlight is the grand procession. This procession is held in the honor of goddess Shakti on the full moon night and starts from the temple around midnight.
Is it Dasara?
Not Dasera. I could understand why you would say so, because Dasera is of course associated with the grand procession, but not Dasera. Let's move on to your last clue. The name of the festival translates to an earthen pot.
Okay.
Okay, passing. No points for Utsav as well. This is the famous Karaga festival in Karnataka. This is the famous festival in Karnataka. In Cycle Heritage Quiz, we capture the local essence as well, local festivals, local musicians, local stalwarts, and we capture the essence of each state. And that's what makes this quiz a wholesome quiz on Indian heritage. This is proving to be a very, very close Bangalore Cluster Final. And right now, Utsav is on 15 points. Anya is on 5 points. Avinash has just slipped behind. He's on 25 points. We have Jyotsna on 15 points. Maitreya and Arudra are right now in qualifying position on 30 points. The top two are going to qualify for our national quarterfinals. Let's now head into our last round, which is a visual round, and that is called Divya Drishti. Let's take a look at the rules. One direct question per participant, all based on visuals. Passes anti-clockwise, plus 10 for every correct answer, direct or on pass. This time we will again start with contestant number 6, that is Maitreya. Maitreya, your question, your visual coming up on screen now. Maitreya, your question is very simple and straightforward. Identify this famous poet.
Is it Gulzar?
Not Gulzar. Passing on to Arudra.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen him, but I don't know the name. I'll pass it.
You're passing. Okay, Jyotsna. Let's have Jyotsna on screen.
I'm also going to pass.
Jyotsna passing. Let's have Avinash now, passing on to him.
I'm gonna pass.
Avinash passing. Moving on to Anya.
Is it Kanakadasa?
Not Kanakadasa. No second questions on Kanakadasa this time. Moving on to Utsav.
Is it Kalidasa?
Not Kalidasa. Maybe a bit tough, but a legendary poet in his own right from Karnataka. This is Kota Shivaram Karan. Tough one probably, but again, literature is another part of the Cycle Heritage Quiz where we cover the literary stalwarts of every single state that we conduct the Cycle Heritage Quiz in. So Kota Shivaram Karan is what I wanted. No points for anyone on this question. Moving on to question number 5, that is going to be for Arudra. Arudra, your visual on screen now. Okay, Arudra, your question. To which former president is this memorial in Rameshwaram dedicated to?
APJ Abdul Kalam.
APJ Abdul Kalam is correct. Well done, Arudra. 10 points, maybe Rameshwaram gave it away. Well done, Arudra. 10 points to you. And now you move into the lead. Now we'll have the next question for Jyotsna. Jyotsna, your question coming up now. Which national award was she the first to receive in 1969?
I think it's the award for best costume design. I think she's done with her, yeah.
Not best costume design. Passing on to Avinash.
I'll pass.
Okay, passing to Anya.
I'm going to pass this question.
Anya passing. Moving on to Utsav.
I would like to pass this question too.
Utsav also passing. Passing on to Maitrey.
Is it the first ever Filmfare Awards?
Not the first ever Filmfare Award. Let's move on to Arudra.
Is it the Sahitya Academy Award?
Not Sahitya Academy Award. Maitrey, of course, was on the right track. This was related to the world of movies. This is Devika Rani, the legendary actress, and she won India's highest honor in the world of movies, that is the Dada Saheb Phalke Award. So no one gets any points for this one. Proving to be a tough Bangalore round. Now let's move on to our next contestant, that is Avinash. This is going to get really close now. Avinash, your visual coming up on screen now. The legend of which avatar of Lord Vishnu is depicted in this sculpture in Badami?
Is it Vaman?
It is Trivikrama or Vaman. Absolutely correct, Avinash. 10 points, a crucial 10 points to you, Avinash. I think now you move into the second spot. We now have the next question, and that is going to be for Anya. Anya, your question. This is an entrance to a fort in which tourist attraction in Karnataka?
I'm not sure. I'm going to pass.
Passing, okay. Moving on to Utsav.
I would like to pass this question too.
Utsav also passes. Let's see if Maitrey can get it.
Is it Chitradurga?
Not Chitradurga. Let's pass to Arudra.
Is it the Tipu Sultan's palace in Srirangapatna?
Not Srirangapatna. Let's move on to Jyotsna.
Is it Bangalore Fort?
Not Bangalore Fort. Moving on to Avinash.
I'll pass.
Okay, Avinash passing. Lots of past questions here. No one gets this. This is, of course, Nandi Hills. You could see the fog in the background.
Yeah.
Papers, sunrise at Nandi Hills. Beautiful tourist attraction near Bangalore. No one gets points for this. We have one more question to go in a thrilling Bangalore Cluster Final. Let's move on to our last question. And the last question is going to be for Utsav. Utsav, question number 6 coming up now. This is the logo or symbol associated with which famous infantry regiment in the Indian Army?
I would like to pass this question.
Okay, passing on to Maitrey.
Is it the Punjab regiment? Like,
No, not Punjab regiment. Passing on to Arudra.
Gorkha. Gorkha.
Gorkha is what I was looking for. Gorkha regiment or 9th Gorkha Rifles. I give it to you. Well done, Arudra. 10 points. And that's the way to seal your spot for the national quarterfinals. With that, we come to the end of the Bangalore Cluster Final, which was very, very close indeed. The scores are Utsav, 15 points. Anya, 5 points. Jyotsna, 15 points. Maitrey, you fought really well, but things didn't go your way today. You ended up just 5 points short of qualifying. Maitrey gets 30 points, but you're a wonderful contestant. It's been great to have you on the Cycle Heritage Quiz once more. Qualifying, but the skin of his teeth is Avinash this time with 35 points. Well done, Avinash. And hitting the half century by answering Gorkha and winning the Bangalore Cluster Final is Arudra Raghunathan. Well done, Arudra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The Bangalore Cluster Final at the Cycle Heritage Quiz 2022 promised some great answering, and it delivered. It was a very, very close affair indeed. 3 people were locked in a tussle for the top 2 spots, Avinash, Maitrey, and Arudra. But in the end, Arudra prevailed with a great score of 50 points, and Avinash answered Vaman in the last round, and that gave him not the 3 words, but definitely a spot in our national quarterfinals. We will now see you once more in the next cluster final episode. Till we meet again, stay safe, stay happy, and stay curious.